Alright, YouTubers, here's my solar panel array, my system that I've set up. Pole mount. These are 5 240 watt 24 volt panels I bought on eBay. They're sharp and they're very good panels, and they were very cost effective. We'll go inside. I'll show you my setup in here. This is my washroom. This is where I've got my battery bank, inverter, charge controller, and everything set up. This is a 6 volt 230 amp 250 amp 350 amp hour batteries. They're 6 volt and they're configured in a 24 volt system to put out 24 volts. My panels are 24 volts. My inverter is 24 volts. My charge controller is 12 or 24 volts. That's real important when you're setting up a system. You have to size everything the same size, same voltage. I have my disconnects. These are 150 amp breakers in case of lightning strikes or anything like that. It would not damage your system. All you have to do is touch that little red button and that'll flip that breaker. Cut that breaker off, goes from there into a fuse, 100 amp fuse. From the fuse to a diode blocker. From the diode blocker over to my charge controller. And then down out of my charge controller, another breaker that goes to my battery bank. If I can find it, there it is. All you got to do is shut that off, push that little red button, it breaks that, and you have no more power coming into your charge controller. That's real important if you want to work on your system. You want to cut these off. You don't want any power coming in while you're working on your battery bank or something like that. Flip that little breaker back on, got power coming out of your battery bank again. Now this charge controller tells you the exact voltage in your battery bank at any time. The blinking light tells you the status of your battery. The more lights it's blinking, the higher in your battery bank is. And when the battery bank gets completely full, that green light will stay on continuously. Now this, when that light turns on green, it won't be but just maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then a red light comes on right here below the green one. And that tells you that this system, this charge controller, is dumping power because it controls the amount of voltage that goes in your battery bank, and it won't let it overcharge. Now we don't let this thing dump power. We keep something hooked to it all the time because, you know, I mean, we don't want to dump power out in the atmosphere. We want all the free power we can get. Now you can get a dump controller thing from ColemanAir. It's an actual heater, and if it dumps power, it will heat that heater up and help heat your washroom wherever you got it set. But we keep our refrigerator and freezer plugged up on this all the time. It runs our refrigerator and freezer 24 hours a day, no problem. Sometimes if it's a bright sunny day, I'll hook up a 1500 watt just a little floor heater, disconnect my refrigerator, put it back on power, and it'll run. As long as it's sunny outside, it'll run that thing all day long and heat the house, no problem. This is a 1200 watt system. Now this charge controller will run a wind turbine or a solar system, both at the same time. Most houses that have your breaker panel that comes in is 200 amps. This thing is 160 amps. It's almost as big as your panel coming in your house. This is a big charge controller. It's heavy duty metal, got big connections for your bigger wires. Now everything that I have here, my breakers, fuse, diode blocker, all this stuff comes from ColemanAir. Their website is ColemanAir.us. ColemanAir.us. You can go on their website. They've got everything on there listed. You can look at the manuals on each product. They've even got a bigger charge controller than this one. They've got a tech guy up there. His name is Craig. You can email him, and he'll usually get back to you in a couple hours. He'll help you with any technical problems, anything you don't understand. I've talked to him personally. I called up there. If he's there, he'll talk to you personally on the phone. And I gave about $167 for this charge controller, and I think the little breakers were like 15 bucks or something like that. But any charge controller that I found online that would handle 160 amps was $600 or $700. And these people are real professional. They'll help you with anything that you need to know, and they're a very credible company. This thing's done everything that I wanted to do, and more. And if you're considering setting up a system, I would go to ColemanAir.us and check out what they've got. And so I appreciate it. If you're everybody watching my video, thank you very much.